Okay, listeners, we're back. Technical difficulties. Anyway, all right.
Not our fault.
I'm going to start with what I was doing in guns, because that's kind of where things
Yeah.
hung up. Okay, so I got out to the range last weekend with the IBI match barrel and some test loads. I did 3 5-shot groups of 3 different charge weights.
Okay.
Results were okay, not exactly what I was hoping for. Still a minute of angle, but not like I was hoping, like 3/4 or less. And certainly the more powder I was using, the more consistent my velocity was. So I'm certainly leaning that way in terms of my charge weights. I may try tweaking that a little bit. I was talking with Ryan Stacy actually about it a little bit, and he was getting good results with a fair bit higher powder charge, but he's using a different cases. He's not using IVI cases like me, so his cases have a little bit more capacity. So I have to be really careful about getting too much pressure. So I'm not going to go crazy with it. We'll see what happens. I mean, minute of angle is still fantastic for what I'm doing, but if I'm going to tweak it a little bit, I may as well tweak it a little bit before I make 1,000 rounds, right? That's kind of my logic.
Yeah, don't pull a Trevor.
Yeah, no. I've been there. I've done all those things. Yeah, I've done the dumb things. The worst was I was loading 45, and I was supposed to be loading 4 grains of powder, and I had a beam scale, and I had it on the wrong side of 5, so I was loading 6 grains instead of 4 grains.
Okay.
So yeah, I pulled those. That was that was a pain in the butt. Anyway, that was years ago, so I pay attention more closer now.
More better.
More better. I try to not blow myself up. That's what's really important. Not blowing myself up is key. Let's see. The other thing, I finally put the 20-minute rail on my 1022 that Greg May was so generous to provide me. So and took that to the range, got that gun zeroed. So now I'm set from Maple Seed. I've got a 20 MOA rail on my rifle. That's key for Maple Seed, right?
Are you going? You're not going to the one that's out in Petawawa next weekend?
No, I am not. I'm
I thought
I would love to go to a rimfire precision match. I'm actually starting to miss them, but just travel and weekends, and I looked at my calendar. It's like, holy crap! I think I have a day free. I have 2 days free in June. I have the
you're complaining to the wrong person.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm totally not complaining, Kelly, and especially I would never try and one up you on busyness. There's no way. That's just dumb. But yeah, things are crazy, so I'm gonna just not traveling all over Hell's Half Acre this season. I did order some new gel cups for my Howard Light Ear Pro.
Nice.
Remember last year around Christmas time, I got some MSAs, the really expensive ones, which are nice. But I primarily got them because I couldn't get gel ear cups for my existing Howard Lights. Well, now there's a store through Amazon that ships to Canada. Yay! So, for the price, basically the same price as a pair of the Howard Lights, I got the gel ear cups. So at least I'll have a backup pair that I'm not ashamed to give to somebody. Like, here, these are really crappy. They'll sort of protect your hearing. So anyway, that was a positive. I jumped on that. Then I am waiting patiently for MD Charlton to send out emails as to when we can send in our 320s to get the voluntary safety upgrades done. Just following them on CGN, and it's slow. And I did go back and verify that I am registered for that. So just so I haven't slipped through those particular cracks. So that's
voluntary upgrade, right?
Yeah, voluntary upgrade for the whole drop safe thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want it done. Just makes me, it suits my OCD to know that there's a safety upgrade for my pistol that I can take advantage of. So we'll see when that happens. I don't know. And that's, kind of about it, other than thinking about what I'm going to do next for load development for this rifle. But then I got to figure out when I can get to the range anyway, so I don't have to be in a big rush because I can't go test it for a bit. So, no rush. What about you? What were you up to?
I was in London last week. So we had in Maple Seed on both Saturday and Sunday, and I wanted to say thank you to George Hatch, who is from New Shooter Canada, if you didn't know, and also the Cumberland Sportsman Club for hosting us. It was actually a really nice range. It was nice. We had a little bit of bad weather on Saturday. It was maple seeding, so basically downpoured for about an hour. And other than that, it was nice and sunny for the rest of the shoots. We were able to, it was kind of like our international meetup shoot that we generally have. We had Bill Wilson there, and also Miss Stacy also came up from the US, from Michigan. So it's pretty freaking awesome. We had some great shooters on the line on Saturday. We were able to have 3 new riflemen on Saturday. We had a couple of repeat people that came. We also had one on Sunday as well. So yeah, it was a really, really good time. I really enjoyed London. I haven't spent much time there, but I think we're going to go back. So what else? Oh, I got my registration for my new CZ or CZ in the mail today, or sorry, not today, it was yesterday. So I made some photocopies of it. So it means I can actually go to the range and go shoot. But I also got I need to go and renew my membership at the range. It's expired. So it means I have to actually pay for it so that I can go to the range.
See, here's what's funny. I've always just used my transfer notification as authorization to transport.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of funny that way. I want the registration.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm not, and a lot of people are confused with that, and I'm not 100% sure I'm right, but I think so. Because I mean, you can bring something home from the store with your transfer.
Right. You probably can, but I just wanted to make sure. And I make photocopies of it too. Yeah. So I carried in my wallet, I carried in my purse, I carried in my range bag, carried in the gun. So that way, there's no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, it's always good to have copies of stuff. Yep.
Right. So one of the main reasons why I really didn't go to the range as well, because I was already going to a range for Maple Seed. So I'm hoping next weekend. This weekend we're in Smith Falls. So both days, but the weekend after that I am in Napanee, but only for one day. So maybe I can go to the range. What else? Yeah, I have been doing a lot with the charity shoot that's coming up. That's going to be happening in New Brunswick. But yeah, so sponsorship. If you're not on the charity shoot Facebook page, go and join that. You can see all the sponsors that are starting to actually donate prizes and support them. So I posted another one today. And what else? Oh, the calendar. Yeah. So Monday is the last day for registration. Well, not registration, submissions for the calendar for the CCFR. So if you're interested, go to the Canadian Coalitions for Firearms Rights Facebook page. There's a post there about submission for the Gunny Girl calendar. We'd like to see a lot of new faces this year. So if you're interested, go and do a submission, because Monday is the last day for that. And that's everything that I did in guns this week. Why don't we talk about upcoming events?
I think that's a great idea. And I should stop reading work emails while we're doing the... Okay, 3-gun. According to Adriel, 3-gun is finished in Canada. They've closed up shop. There's no more 3-gun anywhere. No.
So he's right now gone to Chaz to do a 3-gun thing. But yeah. Prairie Fire's coming up soon.
I guess. Don't know.
Yeah, we're going to have a special guest on their show soon. But he's coming for Prairie Fire, so it's going to be interesting.
Right.
It's fun.
Cool.
All right. So, but if you want to know more about 3-gun matches that are coming up, just go to 3gun.ca, and it's number 3 as opposed to spelling out 3. And yeah. Maple Seeds. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, and then I'll give you Ryan McLean here. Sure. Maple Seeds, we have we're constantly adding events. By the way, it looks like we're going to have a great year this year. So always updating the website. So why don't you actually go to the website, sign up for notifications through email. But we do have most of our events are selling out as soon as we post them, but we do have a few spots in Woodview, Ontario. That's one that we just added. It's on Father's Day this year. We have Brettle Bay and PEI. It seems like our smallest province doesn't have the population to support maybe a Maple Seed, but we're hoping that people will hear about it and decide to travel from New Brunswick or Nova Scotia. Because PEI, you blink and you drive off the side of it. I know this because I know PEI. Anyways, Woodstock, New Brunswick, we have a couple of openings for that, and that is in July. Also Mission, BC and Courtenay, BC in June. We have a few positions on the line as well for those. So why don't you go and check those out on the website, and also watch out for Saskatchewan and Manitoba. We're going to be posting stuff for that soon. I just heard that we now have a range in Winnipeg. Woohoo! So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So just so I know, how far out is your calendar, like month wise? Like, are you guys filling up through looking in the fall yet, or are you just no?
August right now. We're just confirming the West Coast trip, and it's technically now a West Coast trip because we are going out to BC. We're going to BC in June, and then we're going to go back in July. So, and then I don't know why we did it this way, because I know why we did it this way, because charity shoot. So we're going East Coast in July, and then we're going in August back out west. We're going to go to Alberta. We're actually taking 2 teams out. So we'll have 2 teams that will be traveling across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba.
Okay.
So
cool.
August, and then September and October and November, we'll take care of those in a little bit. So,
all right, cool. All right. Meaford Long Range Steel Challenge, sponsored by KDEX Defense, taking place on September 7th to 9th. Spots are filling fast. For more information and to register, Google the match or look up on Facebook. So that's www.facebook.com/MLRSC. Now, I believe they're also still looking for ROs. So even if you want to check it out, you don't want to compete, or you want to contribute your time to an event, then feel free. They would love to have you come out and help them run the event. And there is a pretty good prize table, I guess, for the ROs as well. So
yeah, there is. Special stuff. Special stuff. Are you going to go and do that one? Are you ROing on it?
Because that runs right at the end of nationals, and I will have been away from home for 10-ish, 11-ish days. So I'm going to go home and spend time with my family so that my family doesn't change the locks. That's my logic.
That's your goal. All right.
Well, yeah, as long as my wife keeps letting me in the house, I'm winning. So I think. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's all about the life. It's all about the balance. Work, life, play. Got to do all those things. So anyway. All right, cool.
Why don't we? So the Furlachi course is going to be taking place in St. Paul's at a private range. And right now, I think it's pretty much, they're still accepting. So Furlachi being Trevor and Matthew, they're still accepting registrations for that, I think. And then the day before that, they're going to be having a pub night. And so if you're interested, just let them know. I think there's actually an event for that. CCFR pub night, Furlachi course pub night, that has been posted as well. Check it out on Facebook. And we'll skip over the charity shoot until everybody else is back.
We should remind people, though, about the 3rd annual Ryan DeGroot Memorial Steel Challenge. That's coming up on June 2nd, and Restigouche.
That's next week. Yeah.
Is that next? That is next week. Holy crow!
Yeah.
Time. It's a heck of a good time. I attended last year. I'm not attending this year because, again, I'm trying to limit how much I travel. But it's a hoot and a half. I highly recommend people go to it. It's $20. You shoot all day. Registration's at 10 a.m. Show up and you'll get squatted, and away you go. And usually there's some kind of food involved and some social shenanigans later. Yeah.
Smoke in the Water is providing the food for the event. And so Restigouche Gun Club at gmail.com if you want more information about that, or just message Trevor.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, cool.
Okay, so news. There's a bunch of stuff posted in news. Did you actually post this one about the e-petition, House of Commons?
No, I did not. Why don't you take that?
Okay, I didn't post it either, obviously, because I asked you. But there has been a response from the federal government about the e-petition E1093. It was the petition that was presented by Michelle Rempel. The petition was asking for all the members of the Canadian Firearms Advisory Committee, or CFAC. It was asking for them to be required to take the our PAL course. And the government's response was basically no. The response was that they have several members of the committee who are familiar with firearms. So sorry, just to backtrack a little bit, Michelle, she sponsored this bill. It was presented by it was drawn up by the CCFR. The CCFR is saying basically, if people are going to be making recommendations about firearms, they should be more informed about firearms. And your basic piece of that is to take the PAL course. So Michelle did present it to the House of Commons, and it was reviewed. And as I said, the response was basically no. That there's several people, and that being 3, that are familiar with firearms on the committee themselves. There's an Olympian. And there is a former police chief, and I can't remember the other person that they actually said, but they said that basically that it's not something that they are going to support, basically because they have people who are familiar with firearms on the committee to make those recommendations. And that's it. It was very short, very brief. I got it as an email as well. Let's see.
And really quickly, while we're talking about gun politics stuff, the SECU C71 meetings are ongoing, and CCFR Representative Rod Giltaca and Tracy Wilson testified today with regard to C71, and so did Wendy Sukier with the whichever gun grabbing group she's part of. I forget.
Polly Salvi.
I can't keep track, whichever it is. So anyway, so hopefully that will do something, but I'm not really convinced that we're going to see the government of the day make any changes. So we shall see.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now we have one more news item.
Yeah. So this is something that has been posted. It's posted in Gun Nuts, but we were also asked to present it as well. It's that there's been some hostilities between the Calgary Shooting Center and what else is? Oh, you're gonna have to move your mic there. So this was posted from the Shooting Edge. Sorry. So there's been some hostilities between the Calgary Shooting Center and the Shooting Edge. So I'm just going to read this. In an agreement to put aside all of the legal and hostility issues between CSE, which is the Calgary Shooting Center, and the TSE, which is the Shooting Edge, I have agreed to put forth this statement. It speaks to itself and requires no further comments. IJR Cox, President and CEO of the Shooting Edge, Inc., an indoor range and gun store in Calgary, Alberta, would like to formally apologize to James Bakowski. Is that how you say that?
I don't know. Yeah.
President of the Calgary Shooting Center and the Calgary Shooting Center Incorporated, for comments I've made that disparage their products and their integrity. Beginning in in June 2013, I made comments in several internet forums which accused the Calgary Shooting Center Incorporated of selling counterfeit products, which were possibly prohibited in Canada and therefore illegal in nature. In January 2014, I was interviewed by Post Media News concerning this issue, and I again alleged that the firearms sold by Calgary Shooting Center Incorporated were counterfeit or otherwise bogus and were prohibited for sale in Canada. In reality, my comments were false, misleading, and were offered without regard for how they would affect Mr. Berensky and the Calgary Shooting Center Incorporated. Those negative comments were inappropriate, hurtful, and irresponsible. I take full responsibility for these comments and the damage done to the reputations of both these parties and the negative effects on their ability to conduct business. So that was posted in Gun Nuts, and we just wanted to actually review that as well as part of our news. So it looks like there's some.
I was not aware of this whole situation, but it seems that Jader Cox was basically saying stuff that wasn't true, and has been brought up short. It does sort of smack to me that this wasn't a totally voluntary.
I don't think so. It's kind of like you make an apology and a formal one, and where one is in the public, and we will proceed further legal matters. So basically.
This is striking me as having lawyers written all over it. And you know what? It's really sad. Like there is a bit of a dog eat dog thing in the Canadian firearms industry, especially between retailers and suppliers. I don't understand why it is.
It's such a small industry. That's why.
Well, still, trying to get ahead by slamming your competition is not the way to go. Just promote what you do, be really good at what you do.
Do good at it. Yeah.
About what other people are doing. And I have friends and contacts in the business, and the ones I respect either say nice things about other businesses
or don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
You know what? Your mother.
Those friends of mine aren't posting retractions in CGN. So
I don't know.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're following the like that golden rule, like don't be a knob. Seems to be. And anyway, that's kind of a golden rule of life. Just don't be a knob. So
don't be a penis.
Did you really? You had to come up with a synonym, did you? Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's all there is for news. Right?
That's all there is. Yeah. Hey, new gun stuff.
Why don't you take the new gun stuff?
I will. Ruger PC9s are popping up for pre-order at $7.99. So that's Ruger's pistol caliber carbine. It looks, very reminiscent of a 1022, but it's a 9mm. And I'm assuming that they're coming in Canada with 18-inch barrels. I haven't really looked at them. It's kind of a neat idea there. You can either use Ruger mags or convert them easily to Glock mags, which is kind of one of the de facto standards for pistol mags in Canada. One of the nice things is they are set up for pistol mags, not some proprietary. Let me trip over some words. Proprietary magazine that's effectively a rifle mag in Canada and thus limited to 5 rounds. So, like CZ Scorpion. Hey guys, maybe you could have used one of your pistol mags in that instead of a separate mag and let us kind of be hooped. Screwed. Anyway. By the way, while we're talking about that, the CZ Scorpions are coming in now through Iron Guns, I think, with non-restricted length 18.5-inch barrels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care what a gun looks like, but when you've got a little gun that's really meant to be a sub gun that's 18 inches long, and then you've got 18 inches of barrel sticking out the front of it, woo, it looks funny. It's just, I don't know, not my thing. Anyway, whatever. Again, they don't have pistol mags, so heck with them. The next item we have
is the match ammo.
Match ammo for 7.62 by 54R available through Western Metal Targets, and this is Privy Partisan, $27 for 20 rounds. So for shooters who bought some of those Nagant sniper rifles, or they want to really see what their Russian rifles will do, get a couple boxes and see what they're capable of, and see how it works.
Yeah, it's only
it's if you're not going to hand load. I mean, hand loading is really probably the best option, but it's for people who don't hand load. I mean, there are people who are just not into that. I don't understand why, but whatever. It's different strokes for different folks. Because they don't
have the equipment.
Yeah. I'm willing to understand that people have a different life than me, and that's okay.
What?
That's fine. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
Anyway.
All right. Why don't we get into the main topic?
Well, we can't.
Well, you were supposed to leave a breath so that he could slice it in, right? All right. When is Howard supposed to actually join us?
I told him in about 10 minutes.
All right. Why don't we see if we can get through the rest of the show, and then probably we can.
Yeah, that's a plan. Let's go with that. All right, cool.
And thanks very much again for Howard for coming on the show and talking to us about Make 40. Awesome. Listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Highlander Tactical. Go to highlandertactical.com to check out the great supply of both inside and outside the waistband holsters today. Use promo code. This is all capital letters, by the way. Slamfire, and it's one word to check it out and save 10% on your order. By the way, I would like to say thank you to Highlander Tactical for being a sponsor of the charity shoot. Sweet. Why don't you take the one from James B?
Oh, I suppose eventually I Holy crow! When does he have time to write all this stuff?
Well,
All right.
you go down further, he tells you about it. Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, this will be, listeners, this will be my first time reading it too. So we're all going to discover this together. From James B. Hey, Slamfire listeners and crew. Just listen to Joe Rogan's Experience, episode 110 and 6, or 1106, or 1106. Insert a Trevor triggered moment. I noticed that too. I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day and he puts the and in. I thought of Trevor. Colin Noir is an American gun rights activist, member of the National Rifle Association, and host of the NRA freestyle web series Noir. How do you say it, Frosty? Noir. LOL.
Frosty isn't French. He has
no.
But he doesn't. It's noir. Okay,
whatever. Maybe he's referring to the show, but whatever. That's fine. Yes. A really good gun-related podcast. So much better than that Slam for Hire radio. Ouch. They talked about the problems in America with the mass shootings at schools and the other mental health problems. They also talked about Britain's government going to ban knives because of the homicides, as rates have increased because there are no guns. Leave it to the government to ban guns, then knives. What's next? Cars? Yeah, that's on the list, no doubt.
White ones.
Well, I'm going to jail in England as a good Boy Scout. I always carry a pocket knife and a rape whistle, especially when I'm around anyone named Matt or Mo. Please check it out. You know what, James? I've met you. You're good. You don't need the whistle. Not for you. You're fine. All right. Please check it out. The girls, Riesling, Merlot, and Pinot Grigio, are still accepting donations for the charity shoot. You're in trouble, Trevor. They are looking forward to hear your beautiful singing voice and look forward to see your new career as a backup singer to Justin Bieber. Remember, if Trevor invites you to his Dookie dungeon, run away. Nothing good will happen to you, and you will never be the same again. I was there once and never been back. This is a warning to you, the listener. Keep up the good work. Anyone get their SLR yet? No, I don't think so.
No.
Yes, written on an iPhone while trying to fix a refrigerant leak. Refrigerant, non-toxic, non-flammable, and still messes you up. Yeah, okay, sure, James. Yeah, blame it on your environment. Yeah.
I think he's been breathing in the fumes.
Yeah. Anyway. Thank you, James, for that insightful email.
I removed the PPS, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was a good idea. Thank you, James Burke, aka Ginger Snaps. I'm sure that Trevor will be yelling at his radio as he's listening to this. All right.
Possibly.
No, I know he will be. There's one here from Ryan M. It's, hi guys and gals. I listened to episode 256 about match prep and it was great. Just like to add that a lot of folks wear black clothing in the middle of summer and complain they are super hot and sweaty. Duh, wear light colored clothing and all things you listed as well. So basically, yeah, that's one of the things we did forget.
That's why I opted for a white sponsored jersey this year.
Yeah, but wait, you go to, it's going to be like gray.
It'll look like I'm working. It'll look like I'm trying hard.
All right.
Fine.
Yeah, no, white is a bad color to take to the range.
Meh.
All right. Okay. If you would like to email the show, you can send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. And you can complain about the white clothing and how dirty it gets. iTunes reviews. We have none. And we don't have any Podbean as well. So send us an actual iTunes review. We would love to hear from you. And it actually gets us noticed as well. So, yep. Send us a review. Shout outs. You got any, Adriel? Or sorry, Adriel's gone. So, Brian. Got any shout-outs?
I really don't have any shout-outs this week.
Oh, okay. I have a couple. I have Jeremiah and Elijah. They're listeners. They were at the shoot in London on the weekend, so I just want to say hello. I got to work with Elijah a little bit. Miss Stacy actually worked with him the most because he's a youth shooter as well. He was pretty awesome. He had his own little rascal that he was using, so it was pretty cool. And Jeremiah is a pretty good shooter as well. So just wanted to say hello. I gave him a patch, by the way. He said that he heard about Maple Seed through Slamfire, so I gave him a patch. I had some with me. Yep.
Actually, you know what? I thought about it. I do have a shout out. I will shout out Robert Wyatt with the Paracast It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Robert.
Oh.
Go see Infinity Wars, then go see Solo. It's not hard. Just don't choose between them. Go see both.
Yeah, Infinity Wars.
I liked it.
I liked it. I didn't like it though. Just saying.
You know what? I don't want to hear your negativity. So there. Moving on.
Yes. Moving on. Okay, Patreon. We're sitting at 92 Patreon supporters. That's awesome. But we don't have any new Patreonies. If you would like to go and support our podcast, and when you do support us, you get to have content like this. Woohoo! You can actually go to patreon.com and /Slamfire Radio. Go there and you can show us a little love, support us, and then you get pretty cool content as well that's exclusive to Patreonies. We do have patches that we're sending out in the mail as well. I see that a few of you have sent emails to slamfireradio@gmail with your addresses. We do need those if you do support us through Patreon. We would like to send stuff out to you as well. And apparently we have t-shirts that are just come in, and we have to figure out how we're going to actually distribute those as well. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for being a Patreon supporter of us, because it's pretty cool. All right. Well, I think it's actually at the stage where we're awkward. So it means we're signing off, right? Right,
yes,
Brian?
When the listeners are listening to the podcast at this point, they're probably hearing Steve Lee sing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Totally. Hello?
Yeah, what?
We forgot to do feedback from the YouTube. Do we have any?
We don't, because of the technical difficulties everything got cut off.
We suck.
Yeah. To be fair, it literally is Adriel's fault, even though he can't help it.
Yeah, so, he hung up and then it ended the link.
Yeah, it wasn't anyway.
But we love him because
what would we do without him? Anyway, let's go through the sign off, okay. Kelly.
All right.
Say goodbye.
No, okay. All right. Fine. All right. Please join one of the national firearms associations, such as the CCFR or the CSSA or any of them, because really they're out there actually advocating for us, especially, like today when they were testifying. Woo! Check us out on Gun Owners of Canada. By the way, I've been chatting with a few of you on there, so that's awesome that you're actually, using the old links and chatting with us. Like us on Facebook. We're at 1,900 as of today. That's awesome.
It's 1,900 and nothing. 1,900 and zero is
1,900 and double lot zero.
Double lot is good.
Double lot. Okay.
Double lot. All right, cool.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. I don't want to know. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you all next week. And Trevor, I hope you actually find your plane.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
You actually have makeup on.
I do.
Holy crap.
What?
I've never seen you in makeup.
Really?
Yeah. No, because we always see each other at the range. So, like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop broadcast.